Hello and welcome to today's Lloyds Bank Academy Survive and Thrive Introduction to Digital Marketing. The Lloyds Bank Academy has been working very hard to get these courses available to as many people to assist small businesses, not just during these trying times of lockdown, but also for many years before. And the idea behind the Lloyds Bank Academy is to give small businesses and individuals access to digital skills they wouldn't necessarily have before. I'm really looking forward to helping you understand a little bit more about digital skills. But before that, we'll have a little look at what the Lloyds Bank Academy has been doing over the last few years. So 75% of small businesses are now using elements of digital marketing, and Lloyds are able to support them with that kind of thing. So we know that fraud is a big issue, and that particularly online fraud, and they're helping businesses with that. Also, we're noticing that businesses are increasing turnover when they're engaging with their full digital capabilities. So two-thirds of small businesses are saving a full day a week through the use of digital marketing, and the Academy is working in partnership with Google Garage, the Good Things Foundation, and Superfast Mrs. Wales to help facilitate that. It's estimated there are about 11.3 million adults in the UK lacking the relevant digital knowledge required for most jobs, and this does affect around about 1.7 million small businesses, and it can be a barrier to finding work or finding new clients. So this is not something you're alone with. There are lots of people in the same boat. And in most cases, digital skills are just taking skills you have now and pointing them in a slightly different direction. But research that Lloyds Bank Academy have done have shown that understanding digital skills and having a better digital skills toolkit can increase financial well-being. People can save up to £444 a month by switching online, either for business or for personal. And also social engagement, particularly right now, is very important, and these tools can help us stay in touch. So this is about helping people understand greater productivity and how digital can help them do that kind of thing. We've got various different ways that we can support businesses. So if you have a little look at these options here, obviously Lloyds is a bank, so it can certainly help with managing your finances and protecting businesses online. But also it's about helping you improve websites. It's about understanding how to run your business from everywhere, particularly important right now, and also surviving and thriving in this online world that we find ourselves in, which is so connected at the moment, and is a great benefit to people who are feeling a little bit isolated right now, and businesses that are having to change the way that they work. So what we're going to be covering over the next 30-40 minutes or so is digital marketing. We're going to look at digital marketing, what it is, inbound marketing, search engine optimization, and social media marketing. All of these things very, very important in terms of allowing you to maximize your business's presence, whether that is during this crisis situation or whether that is once we're on the other side of this and being able to build that kind of rapport with people. So what is digital marketing? Well, digital marketing it's not a new concept. I mean, the digital part of it is new, but the marketing isn't. And in many respects, what people have been doing for many years to access marketing hasn't changed. The same connections with customers are important, but it happens to be done on a different platform. It's a different way of connecting and communicating with people. So the importance of it here is that there is a rapid shift at the moment in today's world and the way we interact with each other. We've got mobile phones in our pockets, we've got websites at our fingertips, we've even got smart televisions that will show us BBC iPlayer and YouTube, and will allow us to actually browse on them. So we are so digitally connected, and it affects all elements of our lives at the moment. So it's important to leverage that into your business. And people are consuming more and more digital content every single day. I mean, you only have to look on social networks to see the number of TikToks that are being posted at the moment to understand that actually this is being accessed not just by young people who are very smartphone savvy, but nowadays people I Zoomed my mum, who's 82 recently. It's just that everyone is now understanding that digital is a positive force in these current times, and that will continue afterwards. People will get used to it, and once this crisis is out of the way and we're back to, hopefully, as business as usual as we can get, that digital presence is going to remain, and you need to be a part of it. And the majority of the work that we do now is done on a digital device. When you join a company, generally the very first thing you're given is your password and your login details for a laptop or a mobile phone. And they are great ways of managing work because that work can be conducted anywhere in the world that has an internet connection, whether that is currently from your dining room table, as I am now, or your bedroom, or whether that might be in a shared workspace, or driving around in your car. Obviously, don't be on your phone when you're driving your car, but we can access these things all the time. They are very present, and the people we're trying to engage with, our customers and clients, are going to be doing exactly the same kind of thing. And it is rapidly growing, and it is important to keep up with the latest digital trends. We see so many things changing because access is so much easier, more people are doing it, and as a result they have more demands on the type of content that they see. And so we're going to talk a fair amount about content today. So with your online customers, what we've got here is just a journey for them. Your customers will approach you in different places, in different times, and in different ways. For instance, the first part of this is strangers. There are people out there who currently don't know your business exists. So how do we get these people to understand that we're there? Well, there are a number of ways we can do that. We can write blogs, and blogs are a great way of introducing ourselves to new clients and demonstrating our capabilities. Keyword research, which we'll talk about in a little while. When people are Googling us, we're the people who are number one on the search results, or as far up the search results as we can get. And again, social media is a great way of introducing us to new people. Now, once we've introduced ourselves, what we have as a visitor, that person has shown an interest and they are going to engage with our content in some way. So that person is now on our social network, on our website, and they're having a look at what we do. So we can do many things. We can create forms they can fill in, so we can capture their information, so we can contact them further down the line. We can have a call to arms, so that is an action that we want them to take, a thing that we want them to do. And the landing pages of a website, very important, and I'll have a chat about this when we talk about SEO in a minute. The page they actually land on the website, making sure that that is something that is engaging, interesting, and valuable to them. Then that person becomes a lead. This is someone who's gone from not knowing we exist to investigating and researcher to someone who's now interested potentially in making a purchase. So how do we then convert that purchase into, or convert that lead into a purchase? Well, there are a number of ways of doing it. You've got email marketing, for instance, a very, very powerful digital marketing tool at the moment if it's done well. And we can do what's called retargeting. So when people visit the website, we can then send emails out following up saying, if you'd like to go further, you're still interested, please contact us. Signals on the website, things to get them interested, things for them to click on, engage with, links, videos, photographs, things that are going to get them interacting with us and seeing competence and credibility. And a workflow. Now, these can be highly technical things, but a workflow can also just be a logical path through the website, through the social network, to lead that person through to the point where they become a customer. And a customer is someone who pays you. And once someone's paid you, want to keep them happy as well. One of the things that marketing has often done is an awful lot of it is about getting new people in, which is very important. Those strangers out there who don't know you exist, you want to be attracting them in. But at the same time, you want to be taking care of the people who have already paid you, because it would be nice if they paid you again. So you can use events, you can use email marketing, you can use social media to keep them up to date, keep them engaged, maybe even a loyalty scheme, a recommend a friend scheme, whatever it might be. Something is going to get those people coming back, because ultimately those customers, if they come back and you provide excellent service for them, they become your promoters, they become advocates, and they will tell other people about your business, which is gold dust. It is the best form of digital marketing you can get. People will not intrinsically trust you as a business. Of course, you're going to tell them that you are brilliant because you want their money. But if one of their friends tells them that, wow, Michael is brilliant, or this business is amazing, or I had this fantastic service, they are far more likely to engage with you. So spending time on your existing customers and getting them to promote you, whether that's testimonials, case studies, recommendations, reviews, all of these things are a great way of getting interest. And if other people tell you, or they tell their friends about you, they don't come in as strangers. They actually come in as a lead. So you've actually cut out half of that little cycle. So if one of your clients goes and says, this business is amazing, you really ought to try them out, you've already got a lead. You've cut through the stranger and visitor section because they trust their friend and they come in at a different place and they are easier to convert. So as much as you want to be drawing those strangers in and getting new business, you also want to be taking care of your existing business so they go out and find business for you. So what this is regarding at the moment is this idea of inbound marketing. Inbound marketing is a relatively new term, and what inbound marketing is, it's not the hard sell. People don't trust the hard sell anymore. They don't want people kind of foot in the door kind of sales. They want to be valued. They want to feel that there is something in it for them rather than in it for the business. So inbound marketing is about drawing people in. It's not the push, it's the pull. We're trying to get potential customers to engage with us, to trust us, to find what we do valuable to them so that they are more likely to engage. And what you'll find is that there are hundreds of businesses out there, and in this digital age, it is much easier to get out there. But at the same time, it is a more crowded space. There are very many more people who do what you do. So the content that you create, content marketing, has got to be very much customer focused. So make sure your customer is understanding that you are the best person to come, that you value them, that you are going to tick their boxes. When you're thinking about content marketing, content starts with the customer and finishes with you. The second you start talking about yourself, they don't care and they will switch off. So find out what triggers them. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Social media is fantastic. There are loads of platforms out there that you can use, but the most important thing is to use the ones that are appropriate to your customers and to your business. And despite the fact that you could potentially be on 15, 20 different social media networks, that is not practical. Pick the social networks that your customers are using and make sure you're there. And then you have search engine optimization, which is making sure your website gets noticed online. And we're going to talk again about that in a little while. And it's really important. The first thing that people do is they'll go to a browser. They'll go, Google it. If you don't understand it, Google it. It's become vernacular. It's like we do the hoovering. Well, hoovering is a brand name. You're actually doing a vacuum cleaning. But it's become, Hoover has become this kind of overarching term for cleaning. And we Google things. And it might, you might be on Bing, you might be using Firefox or a Cozy or anything like that, but we Google it. That is what we say. And that's the first port of call. We get the phone out, we get the laptop up, and we'll search for something. And you want to be in those searches. So it's really important. So we'll talk about some of that in a second. And then having a consistent brand. Branding, I can never remember whether it's Jeff Bezos or Richard Branson who said this one, but your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So you have to ask yourself, when I'm not present, what do I want people to be saying about me? Is it about professionalism? Is it about quirkiness? Is it about style? Is it about seriousness? You've got to have this kind of persona, and it's got to be consistently delivered through your content marketing and your inbound marketing strategy. So there are many, many different ways in which your customers will be engaging with you. And are you ticking all of those little bubbles? Are you getting there? So, for instance, we've got organic marketing. This is where people find you because of the quality of your content. Paid marketing, where you have paid to appear on Google or Facebook, which is very useful. Your social media accounts, content marketing, again, very important. People don't engage with Facebook. They don't engage with Twitter. They don't engage with TikTok. They engage with the content that has been put on those platforms. Think of social media as an empty shelf. And what makes the shelf interesting are the things that you have put on it. So your content should be at the very center of what you're doing there. So many things, video marketing at a minute should be focused on something you concentrate on. Video is massively important right now. All of the social networks are putting video content above and beyond pretty much any other type of content, so it will be worth thinking about. You've got all these different bubbles that you can get involved in. Don't try to do them all at the same time. It will send you crazy, but think about how you can use these things in different situations and different platforms to engage with customers and kind of bring them to your product. So how to get started with your inbound marketing. First and foremost, you want to create some kind of buyer persona. So you're basically trying to create a little idea of what the person who's buying your product is like. This is part of market segmentation. So I'll give you a quick example. I was working with a Ford showroom doing some social media training for them last year, and I asked them to do a customer persona, so who's most likely to buy a Ford Fiesta, a Ford Galaxy, or a supercar. And I went to one of the groups and said, right, Ford Fiesta, and they said, everyone loves the Fiesta. And I said, well, not everyone. He said, yeah, young people like it because of this, families like it because of that, and the older generation like it because of this. And I said, well, that's three different types of people then. It's not everyone. Because if you're trying to attract a 18-year-old who's just passed their driving test to a Ford Fiesta, you're going to engage with them in a very, very different way